Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. I made a magnetic Megaminx. This is the Shengshou Pearl Megaminx, although I put my logo on it because there's no logo before, and it fits. So first I'll start why I picked this specific Megaminx, and the main reason is it's a great Megaminx. I originally liked the Shengshou Aurora a little more than the Pearl, just because this was almost too flexible, but with magnets that makes it much nicer. I think people overlook this one because they see Shengshou and they think budget and they'll ignore that. But actually the current North American record holder for single and average uses a cosmic magnetic Pearl as his main. Now, there isn't a cosmic one just yet. I don't know if it'll be out in the future, because that was probably just a prototype, but yeah, so it's a good Megaminx. I know there is one coming out from Chigi, the version 2 of the Galaxy, as well as a new one from Moyu that was created by Kong's Design. And so I know people are going to ask about that, but this one is a great one and definitely one you should think about picking up. So how did I make it? Well, you need 120 magnets. So I got 120 N35 4x2s, and those ones actually worked really well. At first, it seemed very subtle, the click, but it's actually really good. If there was any more, it might be too much for especially a 5-sided face. Actually, I don't know if that's the correct way of describing it. It's just a 12-sided dodecahedron. I'll just word it like that. It was a little bit awkward because the edges came apart in 2 pieces, while the corners have a cap that comes off. So when I actually made them, and I'll put a picture right here, you can see that I had to line up the edges with the corners that way. First, disassembling the puzzle, it took like a half an hour just to disassemble everything, and I went with some Weight 6 lube from SpeedCube Shop and put those on the springs to help lubricate that and make sure that there was no spring noise there. So just like I show with all my other tutorials, I start with 2 magnets, one on the edge and one on the corner, let those dry, and then I take that same edge to position the rest of the corner, and then that one corner spot to position the rest of the edges, and I just branch out from there. Because the corner had caps on it, it was never super exact. I think everything was sometimes a little bit ½ millimeter off here or there, and I did get a little bit lazy after a while and just start putting the magnets on, kind of how I've seen DM cubing do it, with a little piece of paper on one side so you have the same orientation every single time. And that worked fine. I felt really comfortable with my placement of it. There wasn't a lot of wiggle room in the edges anyway, so I was able to do that pretty fast. In the end, it took me about an hour and a half to do, and that's, with someone who has a lot of experience magnetizing puzzles. So if you do plan on doing it, take some time, make sure you have a good amount of time set to do it, and make it like methodical thing. I had some podcasts playing in the background, so I just listened to that, or I might have been listening to the soundtrack to The Last Jedi. John Williams did a good job this time. Sometimes his last few movies seem a little bit phoned in, but he did a good job. Okay, getting off track here. So anyways, yeah, that's the Shengshou Pearl. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate a solve myself because I am very painfully slow at Megaminx. I have never actually practiced, and I think this is really going to push me to practice. If you want to see some good solves, check out the Nicholas, I forgot what his last name is, but I'll put a link in the description. He's the current North American record holder, and he uses this cube in a couple of solves, so check that out instead of me, because that's not going to turn out well. But anyways, that's the Shengshou Pearl M. It's a fantastic Megaminx. Definitely check it out. I know this is kind of a more generalized video, but I've gone over magnetization a lot and other things, and I'll put that link in the description. And so this is just the same exact thing, just with, 120 pieces instead of 48. So thank you very much. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by SpeedCubeReview.com for more news and reviews.